Good morning, second graders. It's Mrs. Meyer here, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about reading today. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read a short story to you called The Perfect Pet. And I want you to listen to how I am reading it. We're going to pay attention to the pace of my reading and the smoothness of my reading. Good readers make their reading sound natural by recognizing words quickly. So I want you to pay attention to how I'm reading. So this is called The Perfect Pet. Carla didn't have a pet, but she loved to help her next door neighbor, Mrs. Stevens, take care of her cat, Sadie. Sadie had long, straight fur the color of butterscotch. She also had 7 collars, a different one for each day of the week. Carla visited Mrs. Stevens and Sadie every day after school. First, she would comb Sadie's fur. Next, she would take Sadie outside to play with her favorite string toy. Then she fed Sadie her supper. Last, she always gave Sadie a big hug and a scratch under her chin. One day, Carla's mother said, "I've noticed that you take such good care of Sadie, Carla. Would you like to have a pet of your own?" "Yes," Carla beamed. On Saturday, Carla and her mother went to a pet shop. Carla looked at a row of fish tanks. The fish glimmered with many beautiful colors. But Carla didn't want a fish. "You can't play with a fish," she said. A bunny with floppy ears stood in its pen. Carla tried to pat it, but it hopped away. "You can't hug a bunny that hops away," Carla said. Carla and her mother tried to find a pet for Carla at an animal shelter. Carla scratched a friendly-looking dog under its chin, and it drooled on her. "I don't think I want a pet that drools," she said. Then Carla noticed a cute puppy with curly hair. It liked to play. It liked to be hugged. And it didn't drool. Carla's mother asked how much it weighed. "She only weighs 4 pounds now," said the shelter worker, "but she'll probably be over 80 pounds when she's full grown." Carla's mother stepped back. "That's too much dog for our little house," she said. "I'll never find a pet as wonderful as Sadie," Carla thought. Sadie is the perfect pet. Back at home, Mrs. Stevens was outside looking worried. "Oh dear," she said, "I just found out that I need to move in a few months, but my new apartment doesn't allow pets. What will happen to Sadie?" Carla felt terrible for Mrs. Stevens. She wished there was some way she could help. Suddenly, Carla broke into a grin. "Don't worry, Mrs. Stevens," she said. "I know someone who will take good care of Sadie, and you can visit her whenever you want." So I want you to talk to an adult in your house and tell them one thing that you noticed about how I was reading.